The divisional officer for Ndu, Donga Mantung Division has uplifted the order prohibiting the circulation of bikes in his subdivision. And out of the country, villagers in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo have feared volcano. This and many more will make up today's edition of the English Newscast. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks for joining us on the 5:30 p.m. newscast over LTM TV. We are broadcasting live from our headquarters in the economic capital of Cameroon, Douala. The divisional delegate of Ndu, Donga Mantung Division, has signed a communique uplifting the order prohibiting the circulation of bikes in his subdivision. Our reporter exploits this communique and gives us the details.
The administration decision of the non-circulation of motorbikes plunged the population of Ndu subdivision into more chaos amid the separatist ban of the circulation of vehicles. However, the divisional officer for Ndu, Donga Mantung Division, Adamu Shaibu Ibrahim, has lifted the order prohibiting the circulation of motorbikes in the subdivision. On the 16th of February 2022, the senior divisional officer held a meeting with traditional rulers concerning the ban. In a press release dated 17 February 2022, signed by the divisional officer for Ndu, stated that considering the sub-prefectorial order of the 23rd of December 2022, bearing the prohibition of the use of motorbikes in parts of Ndu subdivision, considering the archives of decision prohibiting the circulation of these bikes, considering appeals by the affected population, as well as resolutions and commitments during an enlarged security meeting on the 16th of February 2022 in Ndu, and considering necessity to fight insecurity and maintain law and order, the prohibition of the use of motorbikes in parts of Ndu subdivision is temporarily suspended. It should be noted that this release comes at a time when the northwest and southwest regions of the country have been registering socio-political tensions by separatist fighters.
Pupils and students in Melong have been sensitized on measures for the prevention of the cholera disease. This is aimed at limiting the spread of this disease in the littoral region. More of this in the following report.
Recently, Cameroon's Ministry of Health has confirmed the spread of cholera in about 4 regions of the country, such as the North, Southwest, Littoral region, West region, after 37 positive cases and 5 deaths were recorded in just 24 hours. This infectious disease, caused by the Vibrio cholera bacterium, is transmitted through infected water supply, leading to acute diarrhea, severe dehydration, and death in most cases. To this effect, pupils and students in Melong, littoral region of the country, have been sensitized and measures have been put in place to prevent the spread of this disease into the region. These measures include the washing of hands with soap and running water after using the toilet, ensure their water bottles are very clean before drinking from it, and most especially avoid drinking from streams but rather from pipe-borne water.
For us to prevent cholera to extend in our subdivision Melon, yes, we are advising our children to be hygienic in this form. First, when they want to drink water, they should not drink water from anywhere, from the stream, but they should drink from the tap. At home, the water should be treated. Then, before drinking water, they should make sure that their cups that they are using or their small containers that they bring water, that maybe if there's no water in school on that day, they make sure that the container is clean and the cup too is clean. When they go and use the toilet, they have to come back and wash their hands very clean. The same as even the containers we are using in school. for corona like that, but we use it even for drinking. We make sure that we put eau de javel in the water in a certain quantity.
Following the outbreak, the public health authorities have cautioned the public against unhygienic practices that can lead to more infections. Some preventive measures everyone should implement include regular hand washing, washing food before consumption, ensure drinking potable water, visit the nearest hospital in case of symptoms like diarrhea.
An evaluation meeting for the African Cup of Nations tournament has been held in the city of Bafoussam, West region of the country. This is in order to congratulate the actors in the West for the assessment of the progress of the 33rd edition of the African Cup of Nations. Our reporter, Mabia Grace Dizele, tells us more.
It was the last evaluation meeting at the Bafoussam site, bringing together different commissions and actors that worked in the organization and the running of the AFCON 2021 tournament. To this effect, the governor of the West region, Awa Fonka Augustine, president of Kokan West, was congratulated, as well as all the different commissions, which includes Reception Commission, Protocol, Accommodation, Health, Catering, Marketing, and Communication Commissions for their good work in the organization and running of the Pan-African tournament hosted in Cameroon. It can be seen from various reports that each commission actually played its role for the good preparations and smooth running of AFCON 2021 tournament, hence satisfying the president of Kokan West.
I think we've received congratulations from her very high quarters, and it is a clear indication that it was a job well done. And after this evaluation meeting, I think people were very satisfied that globally we did a positive job, and I think it is a big achievement. We are happy about it, and it was a very, very first experience to carry out the work of that dimension that involves states, and that puts the honor.
The governor of the West region equally advised those of the West to work in order to maintain the achievements gained during the AFCON tournament, and also called on the entire population to be very professional in their areas of work and show good citizenship.
The CAN has come and gone, but we are left with infrastructures such as the stadium, the training grounds, the hospital, the airport, the roads, and you can name the rest. I think people should work so that all of these achievements should remain. People should maintain good behavior, because the West region remains a touristic destination. The motor taximan, the taximan, they should continue to be available and remain very professional. In the hotels, which people are haunting and wishing to visit, they should remain very professional. The entire population should continue to be very welcoming, so that all those who come should continue to see that the West region is a region that welcomes guests.
It is worth noting that the evaluation meeting drew the curtains to the 33rd edition of the AFCON 2021 tournament at the Bafoussam site.
Members of the Regional Ethics Committee for Human Rights Research have been installed in the city of Bafoussam. This is to approve, evaluate, and monitor any research project in the West region of the country. Our reporter Mabia Grace gives us the details.
Dans les présentations qui vont suivre,
The installation ceremony of members of the West Regional Committee for Health Research was presided on Wednesday, February 16, 2022 by the head of the Division of Operational Research in Health, Anne Cecile Bisek. In the absence of a Regional Committee for Health Research in the West, city dwellers had to obtain ethical clearance documents in Yaoundé. But with the existence of a real research center in the West region, not only the University of Chang, but several other universities will benefit from it because it brings closer the delivery of these precious documents, which allows the implementation of a research project.
Conseil que je peux leur donner, c'est d'être intègre.
The advice I can give them is to maintain integrity and independence in the sense that they have to evaluate the protocols in the interest of the participants, as all the measures which have been put in place at the central and regional level, it has a goal to protect the participants in their research.
C'est dans le but de protéger le participant à la recherche à quelque abus que ce soit.
For this reason, the Minister of Public Health, Dr. Manauda Malashi, instructed the creation of a regional committee of ethics and human health research in the West, which includes 7 incumbents and 5 alternatives who were installed by Professor Anne Cecile Bisek during a meeting held in Bafoussam Unit Center. Installing them in their new responsibilities, the head of the operational research at the Ministry of Public Health asked them to evaluate these by issuing opinions to approve and monitor any research project. Installing them in their new responsibilities, the head of the operational research at the Ministry of Public Health asked them to evaluate these by issuing opinions to approve and monitor any research project in complete independence. The regional health delegate equally welcomed this decentralization in the field of human health research and ensures the proper functioning of this ethics committee, which are faced with the challenges of raising awareness and working in synergy. However, in order to start these activities calmly, teaching materials were given to the regional Ethics Committee for Human Health Research in the West by the Ministry of Public Health.
A 3-day working visit or workshop has been organized in Kribi. This is aimed at achieving the objectives of the President of the Republic in managing the regions. Our reporter, Mabia Grace, gives us the details.
This 3 days capacity building workshop organized by the National School of Local Administration NASLA of Boya with the support of the High Commission of Great Britain in Cameroon kicked off from February 16th to 18, 2022 in Kribi and is focused on elected officials, senior executives of the general regime regions of Cameroon as well as those of the decentralized territorial collectivities. The meeting, which is designed under the theme Manage General Regime Regions, is aimed at achieving all the objectives put in place by the President of the Republic, Paul Biya, in the National Development Strategy and is placed under the high patronage and effective control of the Minister of Decentralization and Urban Development, George Olanga Obam. According to sources, the regions are new and requires to be trained in order to exercise the best in their competencies.
As you may know, the regions are new institutions and they need to be trained so that they can exercise as the best as they can their competencies. 2 weeks ago we were in Boya with the cooperation and the collaboration of the British High Commission to give the impetus that should allow our regional councils to deliver the goods that are expected from the population.
At the time when Cameroon embraces decentralization, the exercise in Kribi is aimed at ensuring what is contained in the General Code, which includes the instruction given by the head of state, comes to reality.
In sports, the Cameroon Lionesses have beat Gambia 8-0 in the AFCON elimination match of 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, we now take you out of the country where villagers in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo have feared volcano eruption. Courtesy African News.
In Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, villagers fear that the Nyiragongo volcano could erupt at any time. The Goma Volcano Observatory has recorded intense activity since the beginning of the year. Local farmers fear for their future. Ash from the Nyiragongo volcano is falling regularly, and my small field is a victim of the disaster. Look at how the plantation is destroyed. I don't know if I will have much of an harvest. I invested in this field to provide for my family, but because of the Nyiragongo eruption, I will have nothing, and I have not received any help. According to the director of the Goma Observatory, the volcano was spewing out ash and dust because what was left of its central crater after the eruption was now collapsing. There's already a permanent lake on the volcano, and we are going to experience a situation where the lava lake will continue to build up inside until it reaches a critical level. At the moment, the lava lake is still low, but it is there in the central crater. This is clear information. Last year, 32 people died when the volcano erupted, forcing 400,000 residents of Goma to flee.
Tunisia will return illegally supplied waste to Italy, courtesy African News.
News that shall appease Tunisian and Italian relations. Italian waste supplied illegally to Tunisia will be returned to the country it originated in. The Tunisian Ministry of Environment said the two countries had reached and signed an agreement. Under this deal, 213 containers will be re-exported occasionally in the first place towards the port of Salerno, south of Italy. It is the end of a scandal that shocked the Tunisian public opinion. Demonstrations were organized to demand the repatriation to Italy of the waste, which was at the time blocked at the eastern port of Sousse. 280 containers had been brought in since 2020 by a Tunisian company that falsely claimed that the household waste, which is barred from import under Tunisia law, was in fact plastic scrap to be recycled. A fire broke out on December last year in the warehouse of Tunisian company Soreplast, where the Italian waste subject to customs control was stored. According to the agreement signed by the countries, the first ship is set to carry the waste to Italy on Saturday.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we draw the curtains of today's edition of the English newscast. Join Patrick Guanya at exactly 7:45 for the news in the French language. And until then, remain tuned to our numerous programs. See you on Monday. Have a pleasant weekend.